First thing I'm going to do is talk a little bit about marriage. In the words of the great philosopher, one of the finest exponents of marriage of our times, Joan Collins. Joan said, marriage is like an endless sleepover with your favourite weirdo. I'm sure Sarah can relate to. Joan Collins was actually meant to be here today, but she was called away at the last minute to witness the birth of her next husband. I'm not going to lecture you about marriage because after 14 years, I've only just cracked it myself. And my wife and I got married for better or for worse. Apparently I couldn't have done any better. And she couldn't have done any worse. James, wives get wiser with age. They know when you've done something stupid, sometimes before you've even done it. It is in fact a fact that married people live longer than single people. Or maybe it just feels longer. Or it's that married people make a special effort to live longer than their partner, just so they can have the last word. I'd like to now talk about a fairy tale, and it's called The Love of a Swan. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful swan that lived in a small town called Lutterworth. On a Friday night, it would swim into the local watering hole called Coggy's Pond. This pond used to attract all sorts of wildlife. And it was where the local fowl used to hang out. One night, in swam a rugged, bearded, scruffy young cockerel, looking for other young birds. This young cockerel saw a beautiful young swan, and he swam up to her and he said, "All right, duck." She said, "I'm not a duck. I'm a sophisticated and elegant young swan called Sazzle." The not terribly handsome, scruffy young cockerel said, "My name is Duds. Can I buy you a drink? I'm kind of a big deal in here. And I've got a tab, so you can have anything you want." The beautiful swans replied, "Yes, I'll have something sophisticated and elegant. I'll have a double-shot Jaeger bomb, please." It was at this point that the ugly young cockerel immediately fell in love with the beautiful, sophisticated swan. She noticed that he was lacking in confidence and terribly insecure, and he kept his beak looking down at his terribly ugly feet. "What's the matter?" she said. He replied, "It's just that you are so beautiful, sophisticated and elegant, and you'll probably want to swim over there and talk to those handsome young cockerel friends of mine instead." She said, "Absolutely not. They're usually so very disappointing, young cockerels. And besides, I really like a young, rough, rugged, unpredictable cockerel who likes to have fun like me." The cockerel said, "So would you consider swimming with me again another time, as this has been the greatest night of my life?" The beautiful swan replied, "I will swim with you again, Duds, but on two conditions." "Anything," he gasped. "The first condition is that you never go bald." "You are not handsome enough to be bald." second condition is that you start to believe in yourself and keep your head held high from now on, with that beautiful beak of yours pointing upwards at the sky at all times. If it ever drops, I will not swim with you anymore. The young cockerel Duds was determined never to let his beak drop again, and he held it high for the rest of his days. With his lovely swan's advice taken on board, the couple began a long and loving courtship and eventually moved into a new nest in Bank Street. In fact, the couple managed to find the nearest house to any pub in London. There they have lived, surrounded by love hearts, in total bliss, up to this fabulous day today. The day of their marriage to one another. This goes to prove that any scruffy young cock can find love with a beautiful and sophisticated swan if they keep their pecker up long enough. This may be the last time you see me, gentlemen. We're gathered here today in the presence of witnesses for the purpose of uniting in marriage Sarah and James. We know that love, loyalty and commitment to one another are the cornerstones of a successful marriage. And Sarah and James, I'd like you to remember this, as no other vows are more important than those you are about to enter into. They are not to be entered into lightly, but thoughtfully and seriously. Sarah, would you please slide your ring onto James's finger? Please repeat after me. I, Sarah Harris, take you, James, Cannonball, Jim, Duck, Dudley.
I, Sarah Harris.
Take you, Cannonball, Jim, Duck, Dudley.
Take you, Cannonball, Jim, Duck, Dudley.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
I promise from this day forward to love, honour and cook for you.
I promise from this day forward to love, honour and cook for you.
I promise to relinquish the TV remote control so you can continue your strange love affair with Countryfile and Great British Railway journeys.
I promise from this day forward to relinquish the TV remote so you can continue your strange love affair with Countryfile and Great British Railway journeys.
I love your constant and relentless need for reassurance, and now we are married, I hope that you will now have the confidence to have a tattoo of me without bottling it like last time and having a pot noodle done instead. These vows were done in conjunction with the bride and groom, I'll have you know. I love where you take me on holiday, and I love how you make me feel safe when we go out.
I love where you take me on holiday. And I love it how safe you make me feel when I'm with you.
Which is in stark contrast to how your friends describe going out with you. I love how you give me some me time to relax and to recharge my batteries by going away on loads of lads' holidays, even though you don't really want to go. Now this is for you to read by yourself.
I love you, Duds, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life together, and that laughter will continue to be our constant bond. As we grow older together, I know that you will always be by my side, and I give you this ring as a never-ending circle of our love we share. And I promise to always keep plenty supply of my spirit to cover your patch.
Lovely words, Sarah. If you missed the last bit, it said, I promise always to keep plentiful supply of your spray to cover your bald patch. right here. Lovely. James, would you please slide your ring onto Sarah's finger? Please repeat after me, James. I, James Dudley, take you, Sarah, Poochie Woochie, Princess Harris, to be my lawful wedded wife.
I, James Dudley, take thee, Sarah, Poochie Woochie, Harris, to be my lawful wedded wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward, for better or worse, in sickness and in health.
To have and to hold for this day forward, for better or worse, or sickness and in health.
You are the love of my life, and from this day forward, and out of respect for you,
you are the love of my life, and from this day forward, out of respect for you,
I promise never to use your displayed catechism towels to wipe my bits with again.
I promise to never use your displayed catechism towels to wipe my bits with ever again.
Quite some commitment. Sazzle, you are beautiful, kind and caring, and actually nice to me.
Sazzle, you are beautiful, kind and caring, and you are actually nice to me.
I love going out and having fun with you, and I'm very proud to have you on my arm as my wife.
I love going out with you and having fun with you, and I am very proud of you to have you on my arm as my wife.
I don't care that you take an eternity to get ready. And always appreciate your honest feedback as to how scruffy I look.
I can't remember that one.
As you have tried to embrace my guilty pleasure of Antiques Roadshow, I promise to try and enjoy Love Hearts in our home as much as you do.
Yes.
Your encouragement and feedback as to the state of my underpants has sometimes been emotional for both of us. But now feel I'm making progress, and for that I thank you.
Thank you.
Now that we are married, I will share everything I have with you. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine.
Now that we're married, everything that I have, I'll share with you. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Oh, Andrew.
Technically, this means that you are now responsible for half of my tab in the Fox.
Good shout. I love you, Poochie, with all my heart, and look forward to having you stand on the kitchen steps so we can cuddle at the same height for the rest of our lives. With this ring, you have opened the gates of heaven and made one scruffy former cock the happiest man alive.
With the power vested in me today, I now pronounce you man and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Dudley. You may now change your Facebook status. Sarah and James, first of all, a huge congratulations, and on behalf of all your guests, family and friends here today, to share in the most special of days, I'd like to extend a huge thank you for your trust today. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone here in saying what a privilege it has been to be part of this incredible, incredible day. We wish you all the happiness in the world, and we will support you in any way we can. But seeing how happy you both are, I think you've already found the key to happiness: laughter. Don't you dare change in any way. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.